It changes, it goes back and forth. If you went through it, but you love him to death and nothing you can do about it, put your hand in the air. Make some noise, something. We in school. I'm used to being in school like, Brother Morris, good night, no. So we went back and forth a lot, and my principal had us do this at this retreat last year, had us do this forgiveness survey or forgiveness inventory. And that was when I actually had to face it, like, yo, this man taught me everything there is. Every other weekend with him, I was at open mics, October Gallery. I met Sonia Sanchez, Nikki Giovanni, The Last Pose, Twin Pose, everybody. And I'm just like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, like hula hands at like 2 in the morning after events. And I'm just like, cool, I'm tired. Can we go home? Can we play catch? Can we play video games? Whatever. But now that I'm an adult and I stepped into those footsteps, it's I'm glad. And I've realized if I don't forgive him, I'm gonna have this burden on me. Like with that type of pain is like eating poison, hoping the other person gets sick, and it's contagious, it's toxic. It's something you can't really get through. And I'm glad I was able to have those conversations. And what happened was Terrence Crusher, war keeper Mine Scott, was shot this summer. And he called me to say I love you. And this right after the survey, I said, let me just get a chance. My dad, I don't know the last time he said I love you. Maybe when I was shot, like years. I mean, maybe in between. I don't know. Probably not though. But so I think about it, like probably not. But the point is, you said it that day, and I felt it, and I was like, all right. We talked for like hours, and then like a couple weeks later, we talked for hours, and I was like, I think I'm gonna quit my job. We talked for hours, and then as I just started to get into this field more, I was like, yo, I could trust him with a lot, and started to appreciate. I'm talking about him like you're not in the room. Started to appreciate your advice.
I'm not in the room.
Nah, like I really started to appreciate the things he was telling me, and I just wish I'd have listened sooner. I tell my little brothers and sisters that I just wish we like her daughter. I wish like we should listen to Mommy when we were younger. Like, you know what you're talking about, Dad. You know what you're talking about. There's a lot of things that y'all may have your own views on, but the fact that you're here right now for the sake of me shows me that y'all want to only tell me what was most important. You love me, and I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. So keep on kinging and queening. Y'all cool or whatever. But because we were able to talk about those things, I was able to get advice. And all right, my mom's in the room, so.
You grown. You're 26. You don't have to go down.
No, I was just going to say, at the time when my dad was single, I remember weekends with him. I saw a bunch of women, and to me, growing up, I'm expecting that's just what men do. Men are supposed to be the media shows,
She got off the toilet to stick her head out?
That's crazy. That boy college. No. So either way, so I'm just thinking that's what you do. And as I get older, and I guess, and it's no fault of your own, but men aren't taught to like protect themselves and their bodies, like your body is your temple and stuff. Other than wear a condom, but like we're not taught like the value of having sex, like how important it is, how meaningful it is. But we're taught that it's more of a, at least from society, it's more of something you just do. Women are supposed to keep it locked, and men are supposed to find the key and crack the code. So that being said, when I was going through those other dark things I was talking about, sex, drugs, and alcohol were my favorite medicines and a coping mechanism. And through that, I was talking to my pop. He was at my office, down wherever it is, and I'm like,
I know.
and we were helping me with my website. That's still not done. I hit a roadblock. We gotta talk about that later.
Okay.
And he just told me. He said, son, you can't keep filling voids with a warm body in a wet spot. It won't always be the answer. He said one day you're gonna wake up in that wet spot, alone, left shocked, because her feelings will change faster than the sheets after she leaves, and you realize that when you fell for it, actually tricked you into thinking that you was going off a script too. I'm talking, you was breaking all the rules. She met the homies, you was kissing in public, and at one time you was driving, you even let her touch it. Your radio. Maybe your way of changing stations so frequently caused the frequency of your beautiful music to play less. An AM text go unanswered, and you see her on Snapchat posting Candace by brunch at the spot that you introduced her to. And by then, she's on Instagram, and you hate the fact that she's ignoring you without any notification. Now you're the one breaking, hurt. The tables have turned. You're in the wet spot. As you think about all the women that you let slip through the cracks of your voice as your cries out destroyed, and all the salty tears start to pool on your mattress. And my dad said, son, what you think was going to happen? You can't keep giving women dick and false hope. A lost quote.
That's what I
I
did
was
say.
telling him about the pain I was putting my recent through. He said, peekaboo is karma. You can't harm her and expect her not to eat at you. He said, if that queen's royalty isn't enough, then go get you the loyalty of a pup. Learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable, you'll be stuck. Being a cancer to every woman that you cross paths and with. And she puts up with your shh, then this is awkward because my mom is sitting there. But if she puts up with your ish, then she deserves to be loved, not kept around to be played with. And if you don't like the things you're feeling, then don't make other people feel them. I said, damn, Dad, that's the realest. He said, nah, what's real is asking yourself if you want her to love or possession. Because being overprotective stems from guilt. And guilt will make you crazy, leave you stalking her, walking her out of your life. Now you're the one chasing, replacing her with strangers at night. And you realize that all those years of having women stroke your ego and choke on your words, then you realize that that part was also awkward, so I had to swerve. So it wasn't worth it. And you'll realize that you'll wake up later after that very moment in that same wet spot that she left you in. So that was that. Never do that again with my mom. Because I practiced it earlier. I was like, yo, I could do this in front. I could do this.
You can do it.
And then it was like, no.
She got to be in the back, though. She got to be in the back.
The kid, yeah, I can't. You all light skinned and it's bright. That shit's weird.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
So